you keep this up because this is seriously becoming an issue.
Cass, we're a business, we're a franchise, we're an empire. I'm a part of this business, so are you. And just like a further promo in the show with Miz and Dean Ambrose, you got to represent your brand. But hello, everyone, and welcome to the PWF Empire Raw live review. You have myself, Micah. Find me on Twitter at Micah Kool-Aid.
Mr. Dapper.
Mr. Dapper, the gentleman of PWF Empire. And we also have the phenomenal one.
Oh, there you go, DJ Cass. I like that. I like that. Keep it up.
Yeah. We got to promote what we got. So we're here to go over the Raw show of 4/17/2017. And Cass, you ready?
I'm ready to go. Let's do it.
Let's do it. So the show opens up with Braun Strowman coming out to the ring with. I'm so happy you did that. And he gave his I'm the monster and I'm here to win.
He sounded like Cookie Monster for a second.
Does he not sound like the Cookie Monster?
He definitely sounds like him. He sounds like him.
And he's so happy that he destroyed Roman. He's so happy that he just wants more competition. He's gonna kill it and destroy it. And then we hear bump Kurt Angle comes out. Mm-hmm. Kurt Angle looks amazing. He only showed up one time this episode, but he
had to. That was the only time he needed to be on screen.
Exactly. It was perfect. It wasn't about all of the authority and whatnot. Mm-hmm. He showed up and he stood up to Braun. Normally everyone, authority or not, sits down to Braun every single time. And he was like, nah, man, you should be suspended, actually, for the things that you did. I think tipping over an ambulance is kind of, a thing against the law.
Yeah, but Micah, remember, Randy Orton, he actually burned somebody's house down. So, really, are you going to be doing that?
I'm thirsty. Thank you.
All right, but this opening segment I actually really enjoyed. I'm glad that, and I know we'll get into it more as we talk about this episode, but I like the fact that Braun kicked off, shows good continuity. I was honestly very worried about Braun after the whole Roman Reigns, his first loss, but I'm glad that they're starting to pick up some momentum back up with him again.
Yes. Braun is looking very strong, very good, and he looks even stronger by the end of the episode. And the rise of Braun is back, and I love it. And they're making a new star once again.
Let's just hope once we get to where we're gonna get that he doesn't go back down. That's my point.
So it's part of the segment. Angle does state at the very beginning that Braun and Roman will have a match at Payback.
Watch it be an ambulance match next week. Watch it.
Cass. You're hurting me, man.
That actually could be good, though, believe it or not.
It could. Remember, Roman had a really good match with Big Show 2 years ago.
Believe it or not, people, Big Show could still work.
Oh, well, he showed it tonight.
Yeah, definitely.
So, the first match we get after this segment is Seth Rollins shows up to be on commentary for Samoa Joe versus Chris Jericho. For me, it was a good match. Jericho actually got a lot of offense in. But Roman, god dang it, why am I stuck on Roman? That's my bad. Joe, because they're both Samoan, so, Joe finishes it with just a coquina clutch. It's what to be expected. And then Rollins gets on the table, and Joe starts giving a promo to Seth saying that I enjoyed how much I broke your bones. I enjoyed how much I showed you. I beat you up. I beat you down. Last time it was business. Triple H hired me. This time it's personal. Yeah.
That part of the promo I did not like, because this is one of the things I've always been talking about with Samoa Joe's character. Why the hell should a guy like Samoa Joe really give a damn about who he associates himself with. He should be a monster that's mowing over everybody. This is one of the issues why I had since he's been here. He's always fighting for somebody else, not for himself. Joe is the type of person who should be fighting for himself. As far as Seth Rollins is concerned, I thought he was fine, but it's like, for some reason, this feud has not been clicking with me.
Well, the feud just started technically. This is like second week. I don't really count it. I count it as the first week because it was a promo. Last week was the night.
Attack.
Yeah, last week was the Knight coming back from victory. Joe shows up as the monster. Seth as the Knight has to take down the monster Joe.
But it's gonna be a great match.
Oh yeah. They're gonna tear the roof off the place. But matches aside, we have to get good storytelling. And they got 2 weeks to give it to us. But
technically one.
True. Isn't it's the 29th?
I think so. So yeah, I think about 2 weeks.
Yeah. But again, Joe, you're right. Joe is completely Triple H's
he's a bitch. He's Triple H's bitch.
Triple H's servant. But and Triple H isn't even there. Neither is Stephanie.
Yeah.
And he's just like, I'm doing it for them. They don't give a crap about you, Joe. They don't give two craps. You need to buy them for yourself, not for them. And but I'm happy that Joe is still keeping his dominance in the ring. He needs to he needs to really keep doing that because the minute that he takes a loss.
Oh, that's bad. I'll tell you what though, Jericho looked like he was having a tough time putting that walls in on Joe for a bit.
Joe ain't gonna have it. I told you last week. If I see Joe, I'm done. I'm sorry, nah. And same goes for that. The walls Jericho is like, nah, man, that ain't gonna work on me. So then we follow that up with a quick segment of Golden Truth walking backstage and take it away, Cass. What happens? What?
Braun Strowman shows great continuity. Oh, real quick, what I kind of liked, and because Dalton, I saw him going off on Twitter, like, why is Braun Strowman like backing down from Kurt Angle? Like, why is he walking away? Because I saw it as a way of like, he didn't need to explain because he was like, if I don't get competition, something bad's going to happen to you. He didn't really need to say anything. So with him walking away and just going out and doing his business and just beating the holy you-know-what out of the Golden Truth and saving us from a Golden Truth versus Club match once again, thank goodness. He ended up like keeping his word. I like it when you establish something at the start of the show and it just continues to a trend throughout the night. That's what we got out of Braun. Yes,
Braun. The last two Raws have been the Braun show, and it is excellent take. He is killing it, literally by killing the Golden Truth.
And speaking of which, after the Golden Truth got taken out, who else did we get, Micah?
We got the tag team that is, what is it? The bane of my existence.
Nerds.
The bane of my existence. Enzo Cass versus the Club. Thankfully, the Club do beat them. Not dominantly.
Which shocked me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which honestly shocked me.
Yes. You're right. It was. There's so many times. I can count so many freaking Enzo and Cass versus the Club matchup. Enzo gets destroyed. Carl and Luke beat the crap out of Enzo. Enzo tags in Cass. Cass beats the snot out of them. Mm-hmm. And either Enzo gets tagged in, does the stupid splash and gets the win, or he misses and they pin him immediately.
Yeah, I also did find every time. You're right, every time. I also didn't find much significance for this match. I mean, it was fine for what it was, but it's the typical Enzo and Big Cass match. There you go, Mary Poppins. But but it's just like it's the typical 2-on-1 handicap match for Enzo and Cass. It's like they're not actually a tag team. And real quick, I want to mention. Of course, we found out that Dash Wilder of the Revival has suffered a broken jaw, and he will be out for I think till they said like the summer. Yeah, 8 weeks, so about 2 months. So, yeah, that does suck for them because now that with the Revival gone, I have a feeling that we're going to be right back into the same cycle that we were in right before the Revival came up because it's like you lost the Revival now. You lost the Shining Stars, not to mention that they were actually good by any means necessary, but it's like the New Day are now the SmackDown. So now it's like we only have 4 tag teams now. The Hardys, Cesaro, Sheamus, Enzo, Big Cass, and the Club. Those are only 4 teams right now in the Golden Truth If you want to
Yeah,
count
okay, I
them,
was
but
like, we
we're
got
gonna
the
be in
golden
this
troop.
cycle.
Well,
Yeah, we're gonna be in this cycle for a bit.
with the revival being on hold for the minute, it does leave the anticipation for when they come back. But they already had a good fire around them, which sucks that he got injured. And the weird thing is, and I've found out it's a trend because it's been 2 years in a row. Person gets called up, person gets injured, their push goes to the side a little bit. Remember last year, Enzo and Cass, Enzo knocked himself
Yeah.
out at the pay-per-view, and they were gone for weeks, and Cass skyrocketed. The year
Yeah.
before that, if I can't remember who came, was it Neville? Was that the year Neville
Yeah, it
showed
was
up?
Neville.
And
It was Neville.
he didn't really. He was doing fine, but there was another person that showed up that hurt themselves, and then they just faded off. Anyways, it
Either
happens
way,
all
all
the
these
time.
carbs have faded off. Either way, and that's just what I
Yes.
hope the revival doesn't become.
No, I think the revival is just going to take a little hiatus. Put Scott Dawson in front of a camera. Scott Dawson can freaking give a promo.
Actually, I would not do that because here's the thing: they're way too good of a tag team Here's the thing: the problem with this is just the sheer fact that I don't want to get on this too quick, but it's just like they're strictly supposed to be a tag team. Like they're not supposed to be any single aspirations for either of these guys. So honestly, if Dice Wilder's going to be off, keep Scott Dawson off.
All right, that's understandable. So now we move on to the next segment of Miz TV, and it wasn't. It was a sprinkle of Miz TV with a little talking smack in it for like Miz's section, and then
Yeah.
Dean Ambrose was like, nah, because Dean Ambrose was Miz's guest. And by the way, Miz looked fantastic in his suit, and so did Maurice
As
in her
usual.
outfit. Freaking mwah. But Dean Ambrose shows up, and he basically don't give two shits. Two shits. And the Miz tears him a new one. He says that, and I hear, and I not quotes, but Miz talks about that now that he has the IC title, it means nothing. That Miz is the one that brought it up to prestige, and Dean hasn't done anything with it. That he has no brand. That he does nothing. He is just a wrestler. He's just a wrestler, as he puts it, and that's exactly what it is. And you know what Dean's retort was? I'm the guy who likes to fight. Oh yeah, I'm Dean Ambrose. It wasn't bad, but it was just like that Stone Cold Steve Austin podcast.
Yeah, he just shrugged it off like
Yeah.
it didn't mean anything.
And he never even stood up for the title that he has. And then Maurice gets the mic, and she does it expertly in the move that I've said before. It's either you make the title or the title makes you. And the worst part about Dean is that
AKA Triple H quote.
yes, but the worst part about Dean is that he's neither. He's just there. He's just there.
Yeah, and that's one. Like, here's the thing. Like, I thought the Miz TV segment was fine, but it's just like it's literally like the same stuff that people have been saying about Dean Ambrose for literally over a year. And here's the thing: the light bulb when that should have went off was when he had that match with Brock Lesnar. And it didn't happen, and he's still the same Dean Ambrose. Like, I honestly feel as if he is literally the stalest guy in the company right now. And honestly, seriously, something should be... I need to see some kind of demeanor change out of Dean Ambrose after this whole thing. And honestly, give him the Intercontinental Championship because he can at least do something with it because I'm honestly fed up with Dean Ambrose at this point. Like, again, he just shrugged it off like it was nothing.
Yeah, like nothing. I got two things for it. For the first off, for the Miz, I don't enjoy that they went immediately back to Miz and Dean because they don't. It shows that they have nothing planned for them. It shows that they booked, and definitely in the show, they did not have anything for the Superstar Shakeup people or correctly for them. So Dean and Miz show up, and they're just like, well, shit, Dean ain't got no one to fight, and Miz is there, so why don't we just have them fight each other? And they just had that feud 3 months ago in January.
Which never finished.
No, well, technically it did, but it was so like that. It was quick. It was about Dean and Renee Young's relationship, and it's very clear that someone got uncomfortable and said, stop. And then it was over. And now they're doing it again. And from the second part of it is that I want Dean to keep that IC title. Because, dude, you came over here with... Y'all can't see his face right now because he's not speaking, but Cass ain't happy with me right now. So for me, Miz brought the title back up to Prestige, and by all means, when he does that, it'll be awesome. Dean, if you can hear me, I know you don't give a crap about me, and I love you, man. I want the best for you. I want you to freaking do it. Show the people around the world that you mean business. You're now on Raw. You're now on the main show with your brothers. And you know what your brothers are doing? Usurping you. You need to show them that you are equal, if not better than them. Except Roman, because that's impossible.
Anybody but Roman. And here's the thing, I don't want to talk about this. Real quick question.
Yep.
I'm just going to leave this a hint for everybody. A heel Dean versus a face Rollins feud down the line. I'm going to leave it at that.
Think of all the possibilities, people. In the end, but to wrap it up, Dean gets in jokey mode, takes out stuff from his pockets, attacks Miz. Maurice
that was actually hilarious.
Yes. I was giggling. Maurice is her ride-or-die chick, throws a mic at Dean. Dean shrugs it off, and then eventually Miz and Maurice just run away. And we'll see where that goes. I need Dean to crank it up. No more complacency. Do this. Oh, yeah, Braun destroyed Kalisto, by the way. And then Big Show showed up.
Which actually, Big Show really knocked Braun on his ass, which I actually thought was pretty cool.
Oh, yeah. So we'll go to the next match, which is TJ Perkins versus Gentleman Jack Gallagher. TJ needs to change his music. If he's going to be a heel...
Yeah, stop that. Yeah, change it.
If he's going to be a heel, he doesn't need to be Dr. Wily's bass Mega Man. He needs like some serious, scary video game music if he's going to do it. He did heel it up, though. I liked he dabbed a lot more. He did a lot more heel tactics. Neville showed up as a special guest viewer, and Austin Aries did himself. And they just kind of sat there, and you know now that they're going to get somehow involved in this match.
Tag team action plan.
I'm happy.
On 205. No, actually not on 205 Live tomorrow, so shockingly. But actually, I found this match just a tad bit entertaining. Yeah. I mean, I actually do like TJ Perkins, a heel persona that he's been getting. Like I said, there's just something naturally unlikable about that dude, and I don't know what it is, but for some reason. But yeah, I agree. I agree with you. He does need to change that music. Like, there's just a lot that he needs to change up because that just sounds way too much of a face. But yeah, but I will say though, it's kind of weird seeing here's the thing. I'm surprised TJ Perkins hasn't been added to this Cruiserweight Championship match yet.
We'll see. They keep sprinkling it on, and he's got a match tomorrow on 205 Live with Austin Aries. I'm pretty sure if he wins that, he'll be in a triple threat feud with it. But, excuse me. First off, TJ does come off as a heel 100% because he is that cocky dude. Oh, yeah, I beat 31 other competitors to get that. And he should be. He should be cocky. I beat 31 other people. I had an amazing match with Kota Ibushi in the semifinals. I've watched that thing over again. It's fucking great. And he's cocky. He does all of the dabbing and the finger guns. No one likes finger guns. No, unless you're in the Bullet Club. Then it's only one gun. It's not this. None of this. But I'm happy that he's heel, and we're gonna see where this goes. We had a quick little segment with the Titus brand trying to get Apollo Crews. That was hilarious. That was so funny. Quote, how about we get the franchise of the Apollo Crews, and after the people go on that Apollo Crews, they can dance to the Apollo Blues, and after they hurt themselves on the Apollo Blues, they can go to the Apollo Sue's law firm. It was awesome.
I don't know why, but I actually want to see if they're gonna pair up Cruz and Titus O'Neil as a tag team. I would actually be fine with that, believe it or not. And I'm not one of those guys that's like, you got two black people, you gotta stick it together because that's just Vince's mindset. But I mean, if they were a tag team, I'd be fine with it.
It'd be
we'll
cool.
See where it goes.
And also, Hardy Boys and Cesaro, I don't know what to call them, promo happened.
That's their name.
Yeah, okay. And it was standard, hey, we're back, we're happy to be back.
Standard.
Yep. Very. Then that's how this Raw was. To overall with the Raw, when we get to the end, it was very standard, but not in a bad way. I enjoyed myself all 3 hours.
Slowly.
Yes. But now we got a little heat up segment with the Fatal 4-Way with the women's match for the number 1 contendership.
Oh, yes, that was good. Great stuff. Oh, Micah, real quick, I will say this. We do got to give a nod to WWE for those fantastic video packages showcasing all of the women, because I like that, because it puts more emphasis on how important the competitors are, and it makes the match more important. I actually was hoping that this would main event the show, but again, what we got afterwards,
yes.
We'll get there. But yeah, this match was... Here's the thing. It was good, but it was a little rough to watch at some points.
You are correct. First off, Cass is completely right. If you guys just want to just get a feel for all of the women, watch those like quick, maybe 10-second videos that they had for each one of them. They were marvelous. They were so quick, but covered up everything about them, and like that. And that is what WWE product does very well. But you are correct. During the match, I have here written Nia Jax has been the most dominant, because she's just throwing people around, and it looks terrifying.
And dangerous.
Yes. There was a point where Mickie James and Alexa Bliss were in the ring, and Alexa just seemed... Yes, Alexa seemed like a little bit off, and she just couldn't get in the funk. And but it was still good. The crowd popped huge for when Sasha and Alexa were in the ring together.
That's a future feud right there, and I want to see it.
And what happened? What actually gets the... Oh, and then there was this weird part in the middle of the match where Nia kept putting everyone in submission moves. Because like Nia needs to look strong and looks big and powerful, getting these little women out of these submission moves.
Yeah.
But they're just kind of like standing there waiting for her to set it up. It was weird, but it was good that put her over. But in the end, Nia gets the win with the Samoan drop on Sasha. Wait, Nia doesn't get the win. Alexa Bliss comes out of nowhere and gets the 1-2-3 for the win.
Love it. I absolutely love it. And I actually like the fact that if somebody who was a champion doesn't like Alexa Bliss was the second ever SmackDown Women's Champion, she should be in this type of position. And also, I think the reason why they did this Fatal 4-Way also is because they need to get all of the women like used to being in the ring with each other, considering that the Raw, since the Superstar shakeup, pretty much mixed up both women's divisions greatly. So they need to get used to like how each styles worked in this match. And I like the move with Alexa Bliss. I was very shocked that they didn't go with Nia Jax, because it really looked like they were gonna go that route. But hey, Alexa Bliss gets the win. We're due for a Bliss versus Bayley matchup at Payback. So I don't think she'll win the title, but hey, it's different.
It is different from the normal Nia, Sasha, Bayley, Charlotte.
Thank goodness.
And I'm so...
what I wanted.
We are copacetic here, man. I was so wanting it. But it was a good match. Alexa's gonna get some good promos on Bayley next week, and we'll see where this goes in 2 weeks.
You think we'll get a Mickie versus Nia Jax feud?
No. Down the line, I can see it down the line. The line. I really wanted Mickie James to win because I want to see the fangirl Bayley facing one of her probably biggest idols.
That's a Mania match.
That's a really good feud. But in the end, as we said, Alexa won, and we're gonna go towards this. Literally, I'm pretty sure it was 22nd match of Finn Balor and Kurt Hawkins.
Yeah, you can tell they were definitely being protected because, of course, last week Jinder Mahal gave him a slobber knocker of a forearm, giving him a concussion. So this definitely was like a spot where they wanted to like see how Finn Balor was, because it wasn't really much that he could do there. So he worked limited. It's interesting that they've been putting Finn Balor in these type of spots the last few weeks since his return.
And I'm happy you brought that up. I got to close the book on this, and I'm just gonna go a little bit further on it. I feel like that's a terrible way to promote your new top star when he comes back. Yeah, exactly. I put air quotes. I understand Finn is your new product and your new baby and whatnot, but if Braun was injured and he came back, he's gonna immediately go into some huge feud with someone. Once Finn came back. I don't know if they're being just cautious or if they're just like, we don't know what to do with him until Bray and Randy are finished, which I'm going to get there. It just seems so strange, and I'm not a fan of it. He hasn't talked. If he beat Kurt Hawkins and gave a promo about what I'm here for, why I'm happy to be back, something, I'd be on board with it. But he just shows up.
Laid back.
Yeah. And for me, if I'm Finn Balor, I'm like, come on. I need to get things started here. Mm. I need to get my career upward and onward because I don't need these little wimpy, weenie Jinder Mahal and Kurt Hawkins. Y'all know what I can do. Y'all see me. Let's do this. But then we have a very quick after that Chris Jericho promo.
This was great stuff.
He talks about he keeps calling the commentator Tom, and his name is Mike.
Going with that.
And he's just I don't even need the book. I don't even need to use my notes. Chris Jericho is a cartoon character, but it's awesome.
And the Drifter. And Elias.
I forgot he was also sitting there before the tag match when the Golden Truth walked past. Remember? Yep. He's just literally drifting by.
This is what the gimmick should have been in NXT. Just have him drift, not even wrestle, just pass you by.
Yep.
Great stuff.
But I did like that Jericho, and this is something that I have in the next promo segment that happens. Jericho brought up about the U.S. title and that he wants it back, and that he knows that if he wins it, it's either that he goes to SmackDown or he stays on Raw if he loses. Yeah. And once again, I like the fact that they're both on two separate shows because Jericho, people who are fans of this feud do need to watch both brands.
Yeah.
And that's good. That's a very good thing. So now we're going to go into the next promo segment with Bray Wyatt.
Oh my goodness. Same old shit. But I will say this, I mean, I'm glad they kept Randy off TV because here's the thing, you don't necessarily need Randy Orton like there. And here's the thing, he's still on SmackDown, so why in the world should he be anywhere near Raw, even though it's going to be like a Raw versus... it's going to be Raw versus SmackDown at a pay-per-view, so it's like, I'm fine with Bray just staying on Raw, but it's like, same old stuff.
I'm done. I'm with Evan, and I was with Evan before that every other podcast, he always, actually, the hat's coming off, we're done here. So, every time Bray shows up, says something cryptic or creepy, and the promo was really cool, but he has no air about him at all. He has nothing about him. I can't care about him at all. And he does he doesn't sound menacing in promos anymore. He doesn't seem scary at all. He doesn't seem like a threat. He just seems like he's existing. And the worst part about Dean is that he exists, but he has a title, and we know he can do good things. I don't know that Bray can do shit! Can't do crap! I don't even know if he can tie his freaking shoelaces correctly with all of the damn ways that he keeps losing. I'm pretty sure he falls on the ground every freaking time.
And what's funny is the fact that I've heard in multiple interviews that Bray Wyatt's been frustrated on the way he's been booked.
Take it into your own hands, man. He has an awesome, technically, gimmick. He could be so many things, and yet he is a joke. He is a nothing on this product. And he taught, the whole promo was about fear. Who are you scared about? Who do you scare about? The Boogeyman, Beelzebub, a whole bunch of things. Cthulhu showed up at some point, and then he's like, I'm not scared of anything. You should be scared of me. House of Horrors match. I don't give two craps about your freaking House of Horror match. I'm pretty sure it's going to suck.
Not to mention, not to get controversial, but literally he took past footage from the KKK, the way that thing was shot.
Oh, God, you're right. and it was cool, but it's going to, as I said, cool promo, ineffective. And the worst part about it is that in the promo, Bray does not talk at all about the WWE title. Not a drop. Not a lick.
WWE literally has no idea what this House of Horrors match is gonna be, but hey, we'll see.
And then to give you guys a little incentive to watch SmackDown tomorrow, they've had a constant showing on tonight that was like, oh, watch tomorrow's SmackDown for a six-pack challenge with who's gonna win for the WWE title that Bray is already fighting Randy for. That makes no sense.
I don't want to talk about this because if you look at the comparatives and that six-pack challenge, good God almighty.
But I'm going to bring it down. I'm going to call it out. I'm going to put my hat back on. Now you guys know that Call Mike is back. And now we're going to keep going with Emma sabotaging Dana Brooke from being friends.
That was the worst NXT 7. That was the worst 7 I ain't seen since NXT Season 3. That was a bad segment.
Yes, it was bad. But sorry, I have to say it for my 205 Live Noam Dar fans. Emma sabotages Dana Brooke's friendship with Alicia Fox. God, I love that. He totally says Fox.
Wait, Dana Brooke sabotaged it?
No, I said Emma sabotaged Dana Brooke's friendship. Remember, Emma showed up, and yeah, who cares?
They've really messed up Emma. They really have.
We'll see where that goes. So we're gonna jump to Jeff Hardy versus Cesaro.
Yeah, you can tell Jeff Hardy. He's definitely slowed down.
Oh yeah.
In singles competition, but hey, this match was still good to watch. I mean, it was still fine to watch. It was just you could definitely tell because I think Jeff Hardy went for like a whisper in the wind, and he didn't even actually like him. He kind of like dropped, like hit him on the arm. So yeah, you can definitely see he's kind of lost a step. But hey, I'm fine with that.
Jeff, you can see. First off, Jeff is 39 years old, and he's been flipping and flopping around since 19, actually. Yeah, since 19 years old, and like you can see it's catching up on the guy. But they did a very good match. Cesaro, I have an issue with it though. Cesaro like beat the snot out of him. Cesaro hit him with like 6 uppercuts,
and then Jeff wins.
Yeah,
out of nowhere.
Jeff hits a whisper in the wind, which Cesaro mostly just like, here you go, there you go, you good? Don't break your hip. Then he hits him with another uppercut. Jeff gets back up, hits him with the twist of fate, gets up, swanton bomb, 1, 2, 3. That makes Cesaro's offense seem so weak to me. Yeah. And I'm a huge Cesaro fan, but unless he goes to SmackDown, his ship has sailed. And it has to happen like next year, or it's over for me.
Let's get to the good part. Let's get to the good part.
The Beauty and the Beast being scared by Braun Strowman. That's a good part you're talking about. Nah, I'm kidding. But now we're to the really good part, the part that Cass is really excited for. Braun Strowman versus Big Show. Take it away, pal.
Holy shit, this match was fantastic. Like, seriously, everybody, go back and see on YouTube and look at February 16th, or February 15th, 2016, Big Show versus Braun Strowman in the main event of Raw. That was when Braun was as green as motherfucking grass in the ring. But you go back and you watch him now, you wouldn't believe he was able to do the shit that he's been able to do over last year, because it's just like he has just improved so much. I can just not help but just be proud of that doing. This match that he had with Big Show tonight was actually much better than the first time that the guys have faced off, and it was still good at that point. But when you talk about from the near falls to the I love big hoss matches, and I like it when two big dudes just come together, and with the ring collapsing was just icing on the cake. And what I really loved about this was the fact that Braun Strowman stood up tall like it was nothing, and he looked strong. It was just all around great.
Cass put it in such excellent words, everybody. It was a good-ass match. And he's right. If you look at Braun has been like, for my DBZ fans, he's been going to the hyperbolic time chamber. He's been like training or something. This man keeps getting better and better and better every single time he's in that ring with every single opponent. And he's got to be the most improved wrestler of last year, and he's got to be probably one of the top people to win Superstar of the Year this year already from the stuff that he's doing. The kip ups, the jumping up. He did a running knee at some point. Braun was excellent, but not just Braun. Big Show held up his end of the ring too. Big Show did a sliding baseball kick outside.
I thought he was going to do a dive.
He did I thought he was going to do a tope. I'm not even going to lie. I thought Big Show was about to do a big ass tope suicida, and I was like, oh my god, tope suicida, right over. And man, they killed it. I have here. They both got great offense in. I love that Braun did a what is it? An arm drag, and, and Big Show like he died. The near falls are great, and then we have the ring explosion, which was for longtime viewers of wrestling, people like all of us that watches the podcast. We remember seeing it with Brock and Big Show.
Mark Henry.
Mark Henry.
Big Show and Mark, but yep. Braun took this thing like a champ.
They put it up excellently. I remember with Mark and Big Show when they tried to redo it, it was so like, oh, here it is. And this time they did it too, but it was built up so much.
Yeah, they did a good job with that.
And it was done so well. I like the ref flew out of the ring.
Yeah, he like dropped.
Yes. And then every time whenever the ring explodes, people are like, both competitors stayed down. Braun channeled that Braun strength, baby. Got up and did exactly what he does all the time.
And again, he looks strong. I just so pray that once this Roman match happens, that all this momentum once again just gets to waste. And I hate breaking it up, but it's just like, you gotta look at it, because if Braun Strowman looks strong right now, what's he gonna look like after the Roman match? But I don't want to get too far ahead.
Yeah, we can't do anything until we do a Payback review, or probably the week before Payback we'll go into an extensive thought of what it might happen for Braun if he wins and if he loses. But we'll get there when we get to that bridge.
But he looked strong tonight. He definitely looked strong tonight, and that was the best part about Raw, about the best part of Raw. I mean, like I said, all in all, I mean, it was like I said, it was a fine show. It's just like you always gotta have those dragon parts in 3 hours.
It was your standard Raw, but it was your standard good Raw.
Yeah.
When it wasn't like, oh my god, this is the best Raw. Like if I remember correctly, the Raw that had Sasha and Charlotte have their no holds bar match, that was a really good Raw, all from top to bottom. This one was like a standard, we're getting our storyline set for the pay-per-view in 3 weeks, and we're just trying to get everything correct after the shakeup that none of us knew what the hell we were doing. And
they still don't.
Not even close. Overall, if I have to grade this Raw, I'd give it a B-.
I'll give it a B+. Specifically for Braun, is that dude. I love Braun.
Braun made it. Oh, sorry. I'll take it from the minus. I'll give it a solid B. A solid B. If I attribute Braun the main event, the Cesaro segments and the Cesaro match and whatnot, and as well as all the segments, it was a good Raw. I stayed awake the whole time, as well as I was like, well, where are you gonna go with this? Any closing thoughts you got?
Just keep Braun strong. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, keep Braun strong. Dean, as I said, I won't tag you because I know you don't check your Twitter because I know it's an automated machine and I'm not a weirdo that does that. But if you ever hear that there's some black dude finally dressed on the internet promoting you and saying that you can do it, believe in yourself. Believe in the you that I believe in. Your drill will be the drill that reaches the heavens. Gurren Lagann reference. Anywho, besides that, good Raw. You guys can listen to Funky Evan Medina tomorrow, as well as our loudmouth Lucas on the SmackDown show after 10 o'clock. It's before 2:05 live, so right when SmackDown goes off at 10, they're probably somewhere around 10:15.
Bastards.
And definitely join them. If you guys got any questions or anything, leave them in the comments below. We hope you guys enjoy the show, and we hope to hear from you next time.
Later days.
Catchphrase.